Obsidian system that scales over years. Obsidian is one of the few note-taking tools designed for the long game. It doesn't push trends, templates, or short-term productivity hacks. This makes it ideal for building a personal system that grows with you over years, not months. This workflow that I'm going to show you here today focuses on sustainability, clarity, and long-term thinking. So first of all, open up Obsidian and create your new vault. Now, most note-taking systems fail over time because they rely on rigid structures, they require constant maintenance, and they don't adapt to changing goals. This creates friction, avoidance, and eventually abandonment. And this is the problem that we want to solve with Obsidian. So let's go ahead over here and create our folder structure that won't break over time. So we're going to use a small number of stable folders, and these are the folders that we're going to use. I've created them already. So our first folder is going to be daily notes. Try to number your folders as well. So you're going to have the daily notes folder. Your second folder is going to be the notes folder. So these two are going to be different from one another. Then you have the projects folder, you have your resources folder, and then in the end, you have your archives folder. One folder over here is going to be the templates folder. So in case you want to make any templates or use any templates, then you're going to put them in here and you're going to connect them to your insert template plugin over here. So this folder here is going to be for that. Now, these folders that I've put in here, these folders rarely need to change. They separate activity, thinking, and long-term storage. So this is going to keep your vault readable even after years and years of use. Now, your daily notes folder is over here, in which you're going to put in your daily notes, which you can open up here. So if you click here, your daily note opens up and you're going to take daily notes over here. These daily notes are going to be the backbone of your system. The daily notes act as the system's heartbeat. And for every daily note, you need to have a structure as well. A structure that I recommend for you to have in your daily notes is you need to write at the very top what you worked on. Then you're going to have the ideas that surfaced. So what you worked on, then you want to have the ideas that surfaced. Then you want to go for the decisions that you made. And then lastly, you're going to include any questions to revisit. So if you have this structure for your daily notes, over the years, these daily notes are going to become a timeline of your thinking, and they're going to allow you to trace your decisions, your habits, and your growth. So nothing else is going to scale as reliably as this. Now, apart from these daily notes over here, you're going to have your evergreen notes as well. And these notes are going to be used for long-term value. Now, the evergreen notes are going to be the notes that capture ideas that remain useful. Now, in your everyday notes, these could be notes that you might use or you might not use. So every day you come up here and you write down your raw thoughts, your incomplete thoughts, any little tasks or, bits and pieces of information that come to your mind, you're going to note them here. So after you make those notes, you're going to take them, you're going to take your daily notes and you're going to put them in the daily notes folder. Now the notes folder, on the other hand, is going to have your evergreen notes, and the evergreen notes are going to be separated from these daily notes over here. You're going to go over them and you're going to open up all your different notes and you're going to see which ideas are going to mature. And for example, this is a note. It has an idea that is really going to mature. It's going to become a very important kind of idea. It has a better concept and you want to reuse this later. Then you're going to go here. You're going to change the title. You're going to rename it if you want to. And then you can put it in you're going to put it in the notes folder. And then it won't be a daily note anymore. It's going to become one of your evergreen notes or one of your proper notes. Now, these notes are going to focus on core concepts. So in these notes, you're going to have your core concepts. It could have any mental models or any reusable insight. So these notes are going to go over here. These notes evolve slowly over time, and instead of rewriting the notes, you refine them. So this is going to compound the knowledge year after year. Now, over time, the links scale better than folders, so you want to prioritize linking over categorizing. You want to use links to connect any related ideas or reference any projects and decisions and build context naturally. So as your vault grows, links reduce duplication. They allow ideas to live in multiple contexts. This is going to be crucial for long-term systems. So in order to create a link, you're just going to go down here and you're going to add in the 2 square brackets, and then you're going to link this note to any other note that you want to link it to. So for example, let's link it to our other daily note. And here you can see that the link has been created. So you want to use these links to the best of your ability. Now, as for the projects folder, inside the projects folder, you're going to have one main project note for each project. So a system that lasts for years is built on simple foundations, flexible connections, and minimal rules. These three are the core principles of a scalable Obsidian system. So you want to make sure that whatever system you build, it is simple in foundations, it has flexible connections, and it has minimal rules. These are the things that can change over time and grow over time as your system grows. So these are the three things you need to keep in mind. Now, instead of forcing structure early, Obsidian lets the structure emerge. It lets the structure emerge naturally, and you too should not force any structures, and you want to let it organically develop over time. This reduces resistance and it keeps the system usable long term. So with the system that we're building now, you always need to think long term and not just for now. You want to keep the system right at the base, very clear and very straightforward, so that there is no blending or blurring of any divisions, and you just want to make sure that your system stays stable and usable long term. Scalability comes from adaptability and not complexity. So also don't go for complexity at all. You want your system to scale, and for that you should have everything set in a way that it is adaptable and it can change over time. So you want to make sure that your system is simple, flexible, and minimal, and the system that I'm going to be creating here with you is going to be just these three. So let's go towards creating our folder system. That is also going to be a very minimal system, and you only need limited folders for that. So for the projects here, you're not going to create any further folders. You're going to create a note. This note is going to be given the title of your project, whatever your project is. And then you are going to link any working notes to this. So any notes that you want to link this to, you're going to add in the links. You're going to put in the square brackets, and then you're going to link that. And then you also want to add in at the very end of your project. So you're going to work on your project and you're going to have all sorts of notes according to whatever structure you need for your project. And after that, at the very end, you're going to add in a clear end state. So every project note is going to have linked working notes and a clear end state. So when the project ends, the notes are still going to remain useful. When we're done with this project, we're going to have useful notes. This is going to prevent clutter and it is going to preserve knowledge. The projects may come and go. The projects always come and go, but your system should not suffer because of its coming and going. So you're going to take your project note, you're going to put it in the projects folder, and then when you are done with it, you're going to put in the end notes, and then you're going to take it and you're going to put it in the archives folder. So once you are done, it's going to be in the archives folder. It's going to stay there, and you can go back and look at all of your projects that you've completed, go over the end notes and see patterns that you need to improve yourself. In the archive folder, you're going to have your finished projects. You're going to have any outdated systems, and you're also going to have any old experiments. So maybe things that didn't work out or projects that you experimented with, those are also going to go into the archive folder. Archiving reduces noise without deleting history, so it keeps your active space focused. A system that scales knows how to let go. And over time, as you start completing things and you start getting done with any experiments, you start putting them here in the archives, and you know that you have a good system when your notes reach all of these folders, and then in the end, they go into the archives folder. If you include light reviews, then it is going to prevent decay. Reviews keep the system alive, and you really want to use the reviews. So the reviews can be useful for you when you have any daily quick check-ins, if you want any weekly clarity reviews. Now, if you put in light reviews, it is going to prevent decay. So reviews keep the system alive, and you really want to use the reviews. You can use them in the daily quick check-ins. You can use reviews as weekly clarity reviews, and you can also use them as monthly system reflection. So reviews are about awareness and not optimization. So they ensure that the system evolves with you. Skipping the reviews is going to lead to silent system failure, and you really don't want to do that. So incorporate taking reviews in your system in whatever way. It could be daily, weekly, or monthly, but do incorporate it. Now, there are also some other mistakes that kill long-term systems, and you want to be mindful of them. So if you are overstructuring very early on in your system, then that is silently killing your long-term system, and you do not want to do that. You also don't want to be chasing productivity trends or ignoring old notes or rebuilding instead of refining. Longevity comes from restraint. Small adjustments beat full resets. So your future self benefits from consistency. So you need to have restraint, you need to make small adjustments, and you need to be consistent. Now, this vault over here is absolutely new and we've just started off, but when you create a system like this and you create a system that you want to work for years and years, then after 5 years, your Obsidian vault or a mature vault is going to look messy in places. It is going to be rich in connections and it will be easy to navigate. So although it has some messy places, it is going to have very valuable connections and very easy navigation. At this time, perfection will disappear and usefulness will increase. And that is the trade-off of a system that lasts. So the best system is the one that you still enjoy opening 5 years from now. So you want to design for future you and not productivity aesthetics. If you focus on a daily capture, thoughtful linking, and gentle reviews, then your Obsidian system will grow with you. Not because it's perfect, but because it's resilient. And that's what makes it scale over years.